Mitchie P to do the final video of 2023 and close out the calendar year. It's official, we've reached the end of 2023. Now, technically, at the time of this recording, it is December 30th, 2023. So there is the rest of today and tomorrow still to go in this year. But, yeah. So, right now it is in between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That is in my time zone, Central Daylight Time, in southern Louisiana. So, your time when or wherever you might watch this, things are more than likely different for you. But anyway, so it's been a fun year overall on YouTube for me. Hit my 1 year anniversary on November 3rd. So, if I made it through year one, there were times that, even though I didn't want to give up at all, the first few months, I was unsure about any of this. Still unsure, to be totally honest. So, but as of the recording of this video, last check on status updates stand at 23 subscribers. And I think at least 40 videos, give or take, maybe in the mid 40 range, or possibly even closer to 50. It's been a while since I've checked the count on that. But 40 to 50 videos overall, including this one. 23 subscribers or followers, however you want to state it. YouTube puts it as subscribers, so that's what I typically go by, and I'm sure everyone else goes by when they talk about that. So nothing really much to say other than it's been a fun year and an interesting year on YouTube for me so far. I am not by any means giving up or throwing in the towel. I still have many ideas, many topics I would like to cover. on this platform, so stick around. There's still more to come. Off the top of my head, I was at least big into video games for years, from childhood till about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I don't know. Until relatively recently, within the last 3 to 5 years, I have slacked off, if not altogether, stopped on video games. But from my time playing video games, I have some stories and topics I would like to cover. So there will be videos covering maybe some general video game topics, some of my favorite video games, some of my least favorite. I know one of my favorite franchises in all of video games is, and I said is, even though I don't play video games currently, one of my favorite franchises is, and more than likely always will be, the Final Fantasy line from Squaresoft, Square Enix company. I said both names because at the start they were known as Squaresoft when they got their start, but I don't know how many years ago they became known as Square Enix, and as far as I know, are currently known as Square Enix. They're the company or video game developers responsible for the Final Fantasy franchise, Secret of Mana, a bunch of them I cannot think of right off, but they are responsible for the RPGs or role-playing games pretty much as a whole. Sometimes even referred to as JRPGs because they are a Japanese-based company, and the Japanese are responsible for the Nintendo, the PlayStation, almost every system known to man except for the Xbox. Really, I think Xbox would be the only console platform that Japan is not responsible for, because Xbox was developed by Microsoft, which is an American-based company. So, just a little video game history for now. But yeah, look forward to some video game topics being discussed in the future. I can't say how soon in the future or how far down in the future. It just depends on what I feel like getting on talking about at any given moment. I'm pretty sure on my last video I stated where I was with any and all reading, but just to briefly recap on that in case you didn't catch that video, as it stands right now, I am back and forth with reading, and it just depends on my mood, but the main things I'm reading are on Kindle, and those things are books or stories such as Stephen King's The Stand. I am currently 300 and, well, anywhere between 310 and 320 pages into Stephen King's The Stand. And right now that I am in chapter 29 of that book, and I don't even know how many chapters The Stand has alone. I know for sure my Kindle version has at least 1,300 pages, so I have at least anywhere from upper 900 to 1,000 pages left in the overall book. I'm only a little over 20% in, not even 25% in to the overall book yet. So there's that. And on Audible, I am reading or listening to Under the Dome, which is another massive book by Stephen King. I think that alone, physical or Kindle, is another 9 to 1,000 page book at least. But like I said, I have that on Audible audio book, so I am currently a little under 30 hours to go in the story or book overall. I know for sure it is a little over 30 hours total audio. As it stands right now, percentage-wise, I may be 13 or 14% into that overall So that, again, like The Stand, like all the books I'll mention from here on out in this video, are going at a snail's pace. Because, as I said, I'm going based strictly off mood. So, take that for what it is. The last book worth mentioning, really worth mentioning, is also a Kindle e-read, and that is Leviathan Wakes, Book 1, The Expanse, James S.A. Corey, Todd Frank, Daniel Abraham. And currently I am 40% overall into that book. I believe chapter 23 or possibly even 24. I know under 30 chapters for sure. Somewhere between chapters 23 and 25. Although I can tell you now, it is definitely not chapter 25 I am on. I believe I am under 300 pages into that book. Maybe 260 if I'm lucky, to be honest. And I believe page count for that, as far as Kindle goes, is at least 500 to 560. So like I said, 40% overall into that story, and that is book 1 of 9. In the sci-fi or science fiction genre. So that's another book and series that will be done over time. Now, the unfortunate aspect to that is I started out reading Robert Jordan / Brandon Sanderson's The Wheel of Time series, and I'm sure if you're into fantasy at all, the fantasy genre at all, you have heard of the Wheel of Time book series, so there's no use in me trying to describe that in any sort of detail. If you're not familiar with it, you're just not familiar with it. But as I was saying, the flip side to the coin is I had started out this year or late 2022 reading The Wheel of Time, and I didn't even get in to chapter 10 of The Eye of the World, book 1 of The Wheel of Time. I think as of this recording, I stand at chapter 9 of The Eye of the World, and the main reason I put a big hope to that is because, as gracious as a gift of the 14-book series is, and as much as I do want to read it completely throughout someday at some point in my life, I stopped or put a hold on it because the copies of the books I have are mass market paperbacks. And it got to where even in The Eye of the World, 100 to 150 pages into that book, like I said, barely into chapter 9, the front cover of the book started to rip at the bottom. And as much as I want to read that story as a whole, or all together, I would rather not have the book or books fall apart on me as I'm trying to read them, whether it be covers coming off or pages become unglued and start to unravel from the book or books themselves. So I do appreciate the gifts and the combined effort of friends and family giving me that as a birthday wish last year in 2022. I think I will eventually have to save up funding to get that on Kindle. The entire Wheel of Time on Kindle, and get the e-book versions again on Kindle. And the reason I say again is because I never said this on camera till now. The Kindle I'm using currently to record these videos and read these books off of is my second Kindle I've ever had in life. Hopefully my last for a while. And the reason it's my second Kindle, and the reason I would have to purchase the Wheel of Time over again is because I purchased that series and many other books on my last Kindle. But unfortunately, when I received this Kindle, and tried to access my account from my previous Kindle. For whatever reason, I was unable to access and had to restart from scratch all over again. So The Wheel of Time and a lot of other books are out there under whatever account I was using at the time. Just not being able to be read, not being able to be accessed. And I believe, if memory serves, The Wheel of Time, which is a 14 book series altogether, so that those 14 books and a bunch of other books are unable to be read because I'm denied access to that account. So there's that. But that's okay. I mean, as okay as it can or ever will be, because it's unfortunate. So, but that will all come at a later date and time. And who knows, I may just decide to suck it up and power through with those paperback copies of The Wheel of Time, because I've already got them. Like I said, I received all 5 box sets of The Wheel of Time as a birthday gift. So at the end of the day, I might very well suck it up and power through with the set that I've already got. Other than that, as far as reading material goes, I still have to get through The Shining by Stephen King, which I started, ironically, New Year's Eve of 2022 going into 2023, the current year. I just neglected or haven't finished that yet. As it stands right now, I believe I'm 26% overall into that book. Maybe I'm sitting at chapter 15 or 16 in that book as of this recording. So, yeah, a bunch of started books but unfinished. And there's more in that category. There, other than those books that I've mentioned, there is Salem's Lot, another Stephen King book. In chapter 2 or 3 of that book, I'm well known to start books, but take a long time, if ever, unfortunately, to finish them. Hopefully, I will. I do plan and hope to buckle down on all or most of these books and series throughout my life. So time will tell. Hopefully I can and will accomplish reading probably not all that I want, but at least some or most of what I want. So, and also I would like to be an author. I believe I stated that fact way back when I did my collaboration video months ago with Dane from School of Golf. I don't know if you can access that channel currently or not. The last I heard from him, he had deactivated the channel School of Golf altogether. I don't know if he since went back to it or not. But anyway, so in closing, I hope you all had a good Christmas. If you celebrate the holiday, if you don't celebrate the specific holiday of Christmas, it's fine. I just hope you had a good day, regardless, with friends or family, with friends and family, or if you went out on your own and did whatever. I hope you had a good and most of all safe time. So yeah, I'm Mitchie P signing off for fantasy and science fiction for the year of 2023. I'll come back with fresher content in 2024. See you soon.